Hello, letter readers. Today we're going to read Daddy Bear's Hair. And if you're so excited, let us start reading. Spring was springing in Storyland, and it was time for the three bears to leave their beds after a long, snoozy winter. Baby Bear was up first. He ran into his parents' room.
Time to get up, Mommy and Daddy. The sun is shining and spring is here.
Mommy Bear yawned and stretched and stuck a paw out of the covers. She put on her slippers and said, "Let's have porridge to celebrate." "Wake up, Daddy Bear." Daddy Bear grumbled and groaned and snuggled deep under the covers. "Too cold," he moaned.
Come on, Daddy,
said Baby Bear.
it's not cold. It looks lovely outside.
With a twinkle in his eye, he crept over to Daddy Bear's side of the bed and tugged off the covers. Then he shrieked and jumped back in surprise. Mommy Bear looked over and yelped too. Over the winter, Daddy Bear's hair has grown so long it was covering his eyes and hanging off the end of his paws like a big, shaggy dog. He was an extremely hairy bear. "How did that happen?" exclaimed Mommy Bear. "Must have been all that salmon I ate," said Daddy Bear, struggling to push hair out of his eyes. "You'll have to get it cut," said Mommy. "Too cold," cried Daddy Bear. "This hair is so warm. It's like being wrapped in a blanket. I'm keeping it." He shuffled out of bed and got his hairy legs in a knot as he tried to get dressed. He almost fell down the stairs, tripping over his hairy feet, and he kept dipping his hairy arm in his porridge at breakfast. In fact, he stopped eating because he was spending too much time moving his hair away from his mouth. "Are you sure you don't want to get a haircut?" asked Mommy Bear. "Definitely not. Too cold. Perhaps we could clip it back instead," he said. Mommy Bear fetched some hair clips and tried to pin back Daddy Bear's hair, but the clips made no difference. "Too much hair," said Mommy Bear.
What about ponytail?
suggested Baby Bear. Mommy Bear found a hairband and tried to pull back Daddy Bear's hair, but the band snapped in two.
Too thick.
said Mommy Bear.
How about plaits?
said Baby Bear. Mommy Bear plaited Daddy Bear hair on each side of his head. Baby Bear giggled.
A bit strange,
said Mommy Bear. But it will have to do. The three bears decided to go for a walk in Bramble Woods. It was a beautiful day. The sun was beating down the ground, was carpeted with wood anemones, and the first daffodils were in flower. Mommy Bear breathed in the fresh air, and Baby Bear ran ahead, exploring and scrambling over fallen trunks. Daddy Bear, however, was soon puffing and panting. He had to sit down for a rest. "Still so cold?" asked Mommy Bear. Daddy Bear shook his shaggy head and tried to mop his brow. He was so hot and buttered. His plaits unraveled and his hair fell over his face again. Now he couldn't see where he was going. "I thought so," said Mommy Bear. Come on with me. She and Baby Bear guided Daddy Bear through the woods to Storyland Square, where they stopped in Rapunzel's hair salon. By the time they got there, Daddy Bear felt like he might melt with the heat of his heavy hair. Too hot, he huffed. Inside the salon, Mommy Bear told Rapunzel they had an emergency. No problem, said the princess, whipping out a pair of scissors and a comb. Long hair isn't for everyone. An hour later, there was an enormous pile of hair around Daddy Bear's chair. There you are, said Mommy Bear. It's nice to finally see you again. Too cold, she asked. Not at all, said Daddy Bear, admiring his smart new reflection in the mirror. I feel just right. The three bears thanked Rapunzel and set off to enjoy spring together in Bramble Woods.